Hey fearless millionaires, wanted to shoot another lesson for you to this actually lovely day here. If you want to take a look behind me, we got a beautiful skyline view of the one part of the city. And this part of the city is called Kololo. That's the part of this city that we're in Kampala, Uganda. And today's lesson I wanted to share with you, it's an important lesson. It's about decision making and making decisions, and how decisions can shape your life, and they can change whether you have a positive outcome in your life or a negative one. Decisions are also the deciding factors of what direction in your life will take you, because at the end of the day, no one is going to be more responsible for your life than you. No one has that responsibility, and it's a big responsibility. Why? Because it's your life. So today I want to share with you some secrets that I've learned myself, that I've applied from a few different sources, and the lessons that I've implemented, the strategies and the tips that I've implemented, and the results they've gotten me, and also how I've taught this to other people. So what I want to begin with is give you an idea and a guidance of where do you want, the question of where do you want your life to be 5 years from now? Where do you want your life to be 3 years from now? Where do you want your life to be 1 year from now? Because all the decisions you make today are going to impact your tomorrow. All the decisions that you make today are going to impact your life a year from now, 2 years, 3 years from now. So decisions are really the deciding factor, and your decisions are going to produce different results. Okay? Your decisions are going to produce a different result every time. So you have to keep in mind that every decision you make is going to have a direct consequence. It could be positive and it could be negative. If you make a good decision, then you're going to have a positive, it's going to have a positive impact on your life. If you make a bad decision, it's going to have a negative impact on your life. And all of our life's goals, right? All of our life's goals and dreams are made with decisions, and that's how they're impacted, okay? And then it's in those moments, it's in those small moments of your decisions where that your destiny is going to be shaped. It's in those small moments. That means sometimes you may not feel right about a certain situation, right, that's happening. Actually, right now I'm kind of faced with a certain situation myself. I have to make a decision for tomorrow. And I'm just on, yesterday I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to do it. Today I'm like, I don't think I'm going to do it. What you have to do in those moments, no one else can tell you how to make that decision but you. So I decided that my I'm not going to do it was greater than my yeah, let's go do it, right? So I made the decision not to go forward with that decision. And that's just something only you can decide. No one else can tell you. Don't let your peers, your friends, social pressures, oh, you're going to miss out. Don't let that impact you, because that will change or have an impact on your decision. What will happen is if you make a decision based on social pressure, the outcome will not be good for you. You may not feel like you're in the right place at the right time. You may feel like, I don't think I should be here. You may be sad or depressed while you're in that situation. But when you feel good about something, when you feel like you know that it's right, that energy attracts more energy. It attracts more good things to you. So keep that in mind. I know it's a small, subtle voice that you just have to listen to. Actually, there was a song years ago that was called Still Small Voice by a friend that made it, a band that, friends of mine who had a band made this song. And it's just that still small voice that you have to listen to and you have to pay attention to. That's a great deciding factor. Another way people put it is also known as your gut feeling, right? Have you ever had that gut feeling? That's another way people say it. A gut feeling. When you have that gut feeling, you just know it in the pit of your stomach. You're like, I think I should do this. You need to make those moments really matter, and you need to pay attention to those. Okay. Now, making the when it comes to like making the decisions of your life and moving forward, right? The next 6 months from now, the next year from now, the next 3 years from now. What's important to know is not how everything's going to happen, right? You may not know how everything's going to happen. Let me give you an example. I have many goals listed. I use an app called Wonderlist to make that happen, to keep track of all my goals, and I look at it on a regular basis. Well, one of the things under my travel list, I have a travel list of where I want to travel to, is the Philippines. Now, I don't know exactly how it's going to happen, but I know it's there, and as I think about it, as things happen, maybe a business deal will come together, or just a vacation and a trip and a time to go. The reason why I share this with you is, don't worry about the how, just worry about what it is, and start asking yourself, what can I do to make that happen, okay? And the greater that desire is, the more energy you put towards it, okay? If it's not such a great desire, but it's something you want to do in the future, then it will just remain there on your list, and then slowly, eventually, it will come to you. That's something that I've learned over the years that's really powerful, setting goals. And I've done many other videos. You probably can find other videos here on this page that I've done about goal setting and strategy and how to achieve your goals. You know, you can do that by writing them down and looking at them on a regular basis. So I wanted to give you some success secrets, some serious keys that you can start using in your own life to create this life that you desire. Yeah, call it a success formula, if you will, a formula, a certain keypad, a combination lock that opens up the house of secrets, the house of success, right? So the first thing that I want to share with you is, one, you have to know your outcome, right? You have to know what you want. You have to know what it looks like before you even get there. There's a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People by Stephen Covey, and he shares in that book about how you have to begin with the end in mind, right? You have to know exactly what you want before you even get there, right? If you are not clear on exactly what it is you want before you even get it, it's going to be very difficult to know, to get to that location of what that is. You have to be crystal clear. You have to be crystal clear and know exactly what it looks like. Maybe if you get some images, some pictures, you have to know exactly, this is how I want my life to look. This is how I see myself in a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. And actually what happens is, when you work towards that, it comes to fruition. So that's number one, is know the outcome that you want, okay? The next is, get yourself to take action by deciding, okay? Get yourself to take action. What are you gonna do? Maybe one of your goals is to start your own business. If it's to start your own business, what are you gonna do today to get that moving forward, right? What action are you gonna take? Let me give you a question that I've used over the years that's so powerful when you look at your list of goals and deciding where you want to go. That is this question right here. What can I do today to get myself one step closer to my goal? What can I do today to get myself one step closer to my goal? When you do that, it's really powerful and really helpful that you can now trigger in your mind the action steps, the deciding, what am I gonna do, right? The decisions. That is a powerful element. Okay, number 3 I wanna share with you is, notice the results you're getting. Notice the results that you're getting from your actions. When you take a step and you do something about it, notice the results you get. What happened during that process? If you are, as I mentioned, if you're trying to start a business and you took some form of action, maybe you went to go register your company, what were the results? What happened, right? Did you get it done? Did you run into some roadblocks? Did you meet new people along the way? Always look at the things that you did in the process, because when you do that, you can learn from those, but you can also be grateful for the steps that you took, right? That whenever you're taking action, it actually creates an energy, like you're getting things accomplished, so that you want to like ride that energy wave. You want to just float on it like a plane in the sky. You just want to ride it out because there's a lot of energy. Actually, did you know that when a plane, the part that takes the most energy for a plane is on takeoff? That's when it burns like a lot of fuel. It takes a lot of energy. It's got to pull its weight from the ground just to get up to the air, right? It takes a lot of compulsion, takes a lot of energy to make that happen. But when the plane starts taking off and it's up in the sky, it's very, very simple for the plane to fly. Very easy. Doesn't take much effort. So that's the same with you and your goals and where you're going. Is it may seem like it's starting off difficult, right? It may seem like it's starting off and it takes a lot of power and energy, but as soon as you get that plane off the ground and you're up in the air, it's a lot easier. And the next one, the fourth one, is if you notice that something you're doing is not working, if something that's that you're applying, you're just not getting the results, something that you're doing to try to achieve your goal, but it's just not getting your results, you have to change your approach. This is a very important secret right here, okay? You must do this. Let's say you're a salesperson and you keep trying to do the same thing and you're not getting a sale, right? You're trying the same strategy, maybe the same lines, the same words, but you're not getting someone to commit to your product or your service. You have to change your approach. You have to wiggle around and do something different, okay? Let's say you're in a different industry and you're trying to do the same thing. This is actually known also as Albert Einstein once said, that the definition of insanity, the definition of going insane, is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting something different to happen, right? So what you need to understand is that if something's not working in your life, you need to change your approach. That's why the road to success, and whatever success is for you, whatever it is for you, it's okay. It's different for everyone, but whatever it is for you, that road is not a straight road. Okay, there's no straight road to success. It's very curvy, it's very windy, there's big potholes, sometimes it goes up and it's very difficult, sometimes it's going down and it's very exciting and fast. It's not simple. But if you walk this road and you know what your goal is and your desire way out there, you say, okay, I'm going for that goal, then you will have the courage, you will have the strength, the willingness to make sure that you get there, okay? So if what you're doing in your process isn't working, then you have to change your approach. Okay, so I want to give you a success key to change. I want to give you a success key to help speed up the process. And that is role models. Okay, coaches, mentors, someone that you can look up to, someone that has been there, someone that has had success already. They've gotten the results. If there's someone out there that you can think of, and actually if you want to write this down or type it out, what I encourage you to do is, when you know what your goals are, right, find someone, whether they're rich, whether they're famous, whether they have a business, whether they give to charities, whether they travel the world, whatever it is for you, right? Maybe they have a laptop lifestyle, or maybe they have a certain type of car, whatever it may be, I don't care. Whatever it is that you want, you have to find someone else who has it. Find someone else who has exactly what you are trying to go for in their life. And then what you want to do is you want to go ask them. You want to ask them either, one, how did they do it? Or two, if they can mentor you. You know, and actually, I know it may seem kind of intimidating at first to be like, oh, you know, I'm going to go ask this person. They're so busy, they don't want to spend time with me, right? You can start thinking of all these reasons why not to approach a role model, approach someone who may be willing to mentor you, so approach someone to talk to them and ask them how they did it. You may think of all these excuses of why you shouldn't talk to them, right? Because they're busy or this or that, or they won't share it with me. But it doesn't hurt to ask. And you know what? If that person's not willing to share or willing to mentor you, there's someone else that will. There's someone else that will. They're not the only one. There's many other people that have achieved what you're trying to go for. So what you need to do is seek out those people, find them, and then ask them, okay? So actually, let me give you a question here that you can use to ask a mentor or a role model. And it's simply this, very simple questions. The first thing you want to do to that role model is you want to compliment them, okay? Say, excuse me, hi, could I have a minute of your time? If you don't know this person well, maybe you do know them well, but you say, listen, I want to let you know something, and you want to compliment them first. You want to say, what I've noticed about you is that you have achieved this, whatever that thing is for you, okay? You have achieved this, and you know, wow, you must be so happy or proud of yourself that you've actually achieved that. I mean, I look up to that. Wow, how did you do it? You see, you want to compliment them first about what they've done that you are trying to go for, okay? Compliment them first, and then ask them, how did they do it? What did they do? Who did they learn from? Or are they willing to teach you how to do it, okay? So remember that, compliment them first. Find that person that's already doing what you want and that's getting the results, okay? Find that person. The other part, find out what they're doing and how they did it. They could tell you maybe they went to a certain class and learned how to do it. They may give you an online resource. They may give you a video. I don't know what it is they're going to tell you to do. They may even direct you to someone else that, hey, listen, I learned from this person, you should talk to them. That may be the case, but the important thing is to ask them how they did it. The next thing is do the same exact thing, okay? Do the same exact thing they did to get the results. That's how you're going to speed up the process. Just do the same thing they did. When you follow a system, right? When you follow a plan or a path, and it's something that someone else has already done, it's going to be so much easier. You know, in my book, Unstoppable Confidence, What to Do in the Moments That Matter Most, I tell a short story about a man named Robert Bannister, okay? And this man, before this man achieved this goal, and I'll tell you what this goal is here in a minute, no one else achieved this goal. No one else in the world. And he was the man that ran the fastest mile in the world, okay? Before that, no one else could do it. No one else was like, oh, they can't beat this record. Well, anyway, Robert Bannister beat that record. But ever since that moment, ever since he did that, other people started following. Other people started to do it. Other people started breaking the 1 minute mile, right? So he broke that barrier of running that fast, the 1 minute mile. And ever since then, people have been doing it over and over again. And you know what his secret was? He said, what I did, it wasn't just about running. What I did, I envisioned that I was going to do it at that time frame. I envisioned, I saw it happening before it even happened, right? And that goes back to the first point that we mentioned in the beginning, okay? Knowing your outcome before you even get there. So that's really important. Do the same thing that they've done to get the results. Envision it. See it as your own. See it as how you want it to look like. It's going to be different from you than it is for someone else. So I want to leave you with two questions that are really, really powerful. And I want you to either write these down or type them out. And it's about decision making. And this question is going to have a lot to do with what your decisions are and what they have, how they've impacted your life and how they're going to impact your life in the future. And those two decisions, the question I want you to ask yourself is, what two decisions have I been putting off when I want to change my life? What decisions have I been putting off so that I can change my life? When you start asking yourself that question, and you start thinking about what decisions have you been putting off, and you write it down, it's going to make a big impact on your life. It's going to make a very big impact. It's going to actually help you understand and decide what it is that you haven't been doing to what you need to be doing. Okay? So I want to leave you with that. If you have gotten, if you learned something out of this lesson today, I'd love for you to like this video, but also if you have any questions or comments, I'd love for you to put that, your questions in the comments in the boxes below. Ask me any questions. If you want to send a private message, you could do that also. But if you like this video, you learned something new, then like the video. But also, more importantly, go out and apply it. Go out and apply the lessons that you've learned, these simple secrets in your life, so that you too can get the results that you want in your life, so that you too can get the results that you want in your business. And go out there and make it happen and live fearless. And I will see you real soon. Take care.